Price of Bitcoin today is $23,491. It actually rose up today, and another thing that happened today is the DXY started to go down. Now, we discussed this in yesterday's video that I think that the DXY has topped out, and if I'm correct on this, then it means that my current open trades that you can see here, I have a long position on Ethereum and 2 Bitcoin long positions, one of which I took a small loss on when it was in a big loss the other day, and still we have some nice profit on the board right now. And if I am correct in terms of my current open positions, it means that I'm in for a significant profit on that. Now, in today's video, we're going to analyze the price of Bitcoin, look at where things are heading. I'm going to show you my current open trades. I'm going to explain what I'm doing with those open trades, and I'm going to explain what's going on with XTP and DAFI, because of course, if you follow me on Telegram today, you'll know it's been an interesting day. It has been an interesting day. Look at this. On the price of XTP right now, back up at 54 Satoshis. The volume today on XTP is about to surpass Bitcoin and become the most traded pair again on Bittrex. It's been a while since XTP has attracted this much attention, but certainly the market volatility is back, and that's created some amazing trading opportunities today, because the overall volatility from bottom to top here was minus 26% on XTP, and at the same time from bottom to top, or rather, bottom to top this time round, it's up 23% over the past hour and 35 minutes. Now, at this moment in time, you'll see more buys coming in than sells. At this moment in time, you'll see the sell side looking very weak right here, and at the same time, the buy side is looking very strong. Now, I got maybe perhaps a little bit annoyed in my Telegram group earlier, because we spent all day, or rather I spent all day, just kind of slowly buying a little bit, then buying a lot, and then buying a little bit more, and then buying a lot, and then bam, some just absolute turd bag comes in and drops a load on my face, and I did not enjoy that. Hence why, of all of the expletives that you can go and read if you want to, in the trading group that you'll find linked in today's video description. I just dislike it so much when you spend all day working on something and then somebody drops a big fat turd on your face. It's just not fun. It's just not fun at all. Especially because to do this, to make this happen, is $200,000. And then this guy just comes and takes it all away again. And yeah, it's fine, that's the market, I get that. But just let it breathe. But also at the same time, it has breathed back. It's come back to life as XTP. And to be honest, I think that we are headed for another big pump back to the upside at this point. Given how strong it's come back, given how much volume we're experiencing today, for me, this looks very strongly like it's bottomed out at this point in time. And I'd be expecting a rise back to the upside. In fact, I wonder if I could bring up on here the VRVP. I wonder if it's going to come up. No, it's not going to come up. Volume profile, is it on there? I think it is. Let's just double check. Volume profile. No, it's not. Volume profile. Oh, there we go. Volume profile fixed range. That's the one that we need. Is it going to load up? No, it's just not going to load. Either way, in tomorrow's video, I'll bring up the volume profile on XTP so you can understand what's going on there. And essentially, I'll be able to explain where the next bands of liquidity are. Now, currently on the price of XTP, currently sat at, say, 54 Satoshis. I would say, look, if we manage to break and close an hourly candle above 56 Satoshis on XTP, you'll see the price of this coin starting to notch back up to that band around 70 sats. Now, I'm expecting, why am I buying $200,000 of it on a random Wednesday? Well, one of the key reasons why I'm buying $200,000 on a random Wednesday of XTP, I think it's Wednesday, but why am I buying that much today? We're going to head into a big pump, is my expectation, in the run-up to the USA launch. Now, we're probably around a month and a little bit away from that US launch right now. And I expect that the US launch is going to be a very bullish activity. I expect that that's going to be the thing that takes the price above 100 Satoshis. So given the opportunity to buy it down at 40, 45 and 50 Satoshis, I've taken that opportunity today and I accumulated an extra $200,000 of that coin that, if I'm correct in my analysis here, will be worth at least $400,000 in around 6 weeks' time. That's the expectation. I don't know what the reality is. Of course, today we also have to discuss the price of caps, and we're going to discuss the price of caps today. This is currently the caps chart, currently trading at 5.2p. It's great. I love caps. It's been what a weird video it was yesterday, because after I posted it, price went up like crazy. I kind of expected that to happen. Did not expect then a big dump to come afterwards. This part was just not expected. To drop a full 50% after I'd published my video was not something that I ever anticipated could happen, but at the same time, the price has risen back up nicely. Now, the reason I expect this happened is quite simply because if you look at TAPS recently, you'll see that it has had a bit of a run up, and of course, we'll see it going scatty, so they just drop a bag on it. But it's held so nicely. It's came down, it's tested this moving average down here, and with that test of the moving average, it, to be honest, looks like it could potentially be heading back to the upside again. Now, I expect this explosive growth on caps to continue. I'm very excited about the future of caps, and if you've not seen the caps video that I made the other day, please go to my main channel and watch it right now. But just before we get back on to discussing the wild ride that's been XTP this week, it's time to look at the price of Bitcoin. So first things first, looking at the price of Bitcoin, $43,470, that's what I mean. It looks decent, honestly. It looks decent. Now, we came down, we touched these VWAP levels down here earlier today on the 5 minute, but if we go over to something like the hourly chart, it gives us a little bit more perspective on what's happening right now. Now, this is an important chart, but what is more important than the Bitcoin chart right now is the DXY chart, and my expectation is actually that today we actually broke the uptrend, or rather we broke to the downside of the uptrend. And if I in the past, when I've ignored stuff like this on Bitcoin, the price has gone boop, 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 boop. So I'm not going to ignore it on this particular occasion. I believe that the DXY is going to start heading to the downside. I believe that this break here signals the end is nigh for the DXY, and if we look at the daily chart on the DXY right now, you'll see that if we don't break through this level of resistance right here in the next couple of days, this just continues the downtrend. Ultimately, we are in a downtrend, and I think a lot of people are clinging on to the fact that, oh, maybe I get to buy Bitcoin at a cheaper price. Yeah, but if this doesn't break this level of resistance right here, this purple line, if it does not break that purple line right there, we go down. And if we go down, Bitcoin goes up. And if Bitcoin goes up, things get scatty really, really quickly. Hence why I've positioned myself rather heavily long on both Bitcoin and Ethereum. So in terms of my current open Bitcoin trades, my entry on this is 23,237. My other entry on this is 23,345. My entry on Ethereum is $1,580. And in terms of the value of my positions, $788,000 long on Ethereum and a combined $500,000 long position on the price of Bitcoin right now. So if I'm right and Bitcoin starts jumping to the upside, for every, no, I'm not even going to bother with the calculation there, but I reckon I'll make 20, 30, 40 grand, something like that. Either way, Bitcoin, I think, looks decent. However, it's going to very much come down to what happens with the DXY. So I'm keeping a very close eye on that. In terms of what happens with regards to Bitcoin's price in the near-term future, to be honest, this looks good. We've broken the downtrend. And to be honest, in order to confirm a break of this downtrend, we need to close a daily candle above this level of resistance right here. Let me move this annoying little box. There we go. And that level of resistance is currently sat pretty much bang on $23,643. If Bitcoin closes the daily candle above $23,643, it'll likely mean it's also closed above this control line that you see on the screen right here, this red line. If we close above that red line, it's going to go well. Honestly, things are going to, it really does look like it's headed for a change, and the market does look like it's getting healthier and healthier and healthier. It just, don't expect to break through $25,000 in the first time round. Like, that was not expected anyway. We dropped to the downside. It is what it is. The question is, at this point in time, do we lose this range and continue dropping back to the downside all the way down to $21,500? And my current answer to that is I don't think we do, because when you're looking at this right now, we seem to be holding a nice bullish pattern, and so long as we hold the level above $22,800, which is this right here, we won't drop back into this range. If we do lose that level, I've got an element of concern, but for now, I'm not really all that concerned about the price of Bitcoin. Now, another thing to point out would be, of course, I am trading currently on BYBIT. A lot of you always ask me, what exchange do you use to trade on? I use BYBIT. You'll find a link for it in today's video description, but I also recommend, please watch the tutorial that I made before you ever trade anywhere. Importantly, you watch the tutorial. Click the link at the top of today's video. I would appreciate it. If you just watch that first, it's good to have some element of education before you do anything stupid with money. Again, I guarantee you that if you just started trading, you don't make money. I guarantee you that. And the reason that I guarantee you that is because you will definitely make a profit. I guarantee that you make a profit. but I guarantee that you'll lose that profit through making the wrong decision. And that's why it's important to watch that tutorial, because there's lessons in there that teach you mistakes not to make. Now, also in a video coming very soon in the future, I'm going to make a whole video about 10 mistakes not to make when trading, because I feel like a lot of people do make these mistakes, including myself. So it's something useful that I can watch back, because I know mistakes not to make, but sometimes your brain tells you something and you just completely ignore it. So yeah, make sure you watch the tutorial. Trading education is important. Of course, if you are looking for online education about cryptocurrencies, please go to cryptosavingexpert.com. It's completely free. We don't want your money to take the courses, but you can take any of these courses right here. If you click on Crypto 101, for example, there is a bunch of different courses within here. And I believe it is this week or possibly Monday next week where the trading course is launching as well. We're launching a full trading course as well as some more guides. Like if you want guides on how to use anything in the world of cryptocurrency, it's all on Crypto Saving Expert. You want to know how to use any of these random networks, you absolutely can do that. Just click on here and it'll tell you how to do all of the things that you need to do. Either way, going back to the price of Bitcoin looks decent. On the price of Ethereum right now, Ethereum looks decent as well. We touched the bottom of the VWAP, which means we probably need to go into the red bit on the VWAP. So to be honest, my target on Ethereum currently it looks better than Bitcoin does. And the reason why Ethereum looks better than Bitcoin does, if you look at Ethereum's Bitcoin value, like I've been talking about for a while, this is approaching a breakout. We're currently sat on a very, very key level of resistance. And if we break through this very, very key level of resistance, we head up to the next liquidity band all the way up here, which is why I'm predicting an altcoin cycle pump. I really think that altcoins are headed upwards very, very soon. And if I'm correct about that, good times are ahead. We're W reversal patterning bottoming here, and of course that means that XTP goes up, DAFI goes up, all these wonderful things go up. Now, speaking of DAFI, that's another thing we need to discuss in today's video, because DAFI today has started to make moves back to the upside, up 10% so far today. If we look at the 15-minute chart, you can see that we formed a very small W reversal pattern, and to be honest, on DAFI, all we need to do is break through this level of resistance. And as soon as you break through that level of resistance, you break that long-term downtrend. And the bots that do trade DAFI, because there are bots that are trading DAFI, they start trading it back to the upside and arbitraging the upside instead. So that means that you would expect the uptrend to start again. I know that DAFI is going to start posting on Twitter very, very regularly. Been a bit disappointed myself that they didn't post any update since they posted their burn announcement. I thought that was pretty strange as well. But they're going to start posting again starting tomorrow, so that's good. Again, showing a bit of activity, a bit of engagement on there. And at the same time, what are we expecting in the near-term future from the price of caps? Well, for me, although the price of caps is up, and I understand the price of caps is up, I believe that that massive pump to the upside yesterday here, I believe that that pump actually resulted in a lot of whales exiting, and I think the rest of the whales exited here. So I actually think there's been a significant sell-off on the price of caps to the point whereby I think the market reset itself at this very high level, basically, is from my analysis what I think happened. So hopefully that's the case, and if that is the case, it means we've got more upside to come in the near-term future. Back to the price of XTP. It's going to be an interesting one. Is this back now at 50 sats? It's been all over the place today, but again, you can see more buying pressure coming in. Even when the price drops to the downside, that 50 sat level is going to get lost soon and be back up at 51. I just wish these guys had pulled, to be honest, because I hate it when somebody dumps a fat bag on you. It's the most annoying thing. It's a bit of an innuendo at the same time, which is why it's fairly amusing, but it's just annoying. Just wait, be patient. It's going up. In the long term, it's going to do very, very well. It's just every time somebody gets greedy and drops a whole lot on the market in one short period, it just sets everything back a week, and that's what annoys me. So hopefully the price corrects very quickly, and if ultimately it's one of them buy the dip scenarios, and I'm there buying the dip. I don't think a lot of other people are there buying the dip, because I think that there's a lot of people that perhaps either don't have the confidence in the market right now, or they sat on the sidelines. And then my fear is for those people that actually what ends up happening is, say the price of XTP gets up to 60, 65 sats, and then you're going down. This is actually rocketing at this point. I think I want to buy more. So then you actually, by the time you FOMO in, you buy your FOMO in at 75, 85, something like that, and then it drops. That's the scenario that I don't want to happen. I always rather buy in early and be early to the game than I would be late to the game. So bearing all that in mind, please stay safe when trading. At the same time, I'm buying the dip on DAFI now. I'm going to buy the dip on XTP even more than what I already have done. And of course, I'm going to buy some more caps. So where am I getting all of this money from? I trade to make money, and then I buy alts with that money. I hold those alts for a few years. I cash out, buy a yacht, and then disappear off the internet. Have a great day, everybody. Subscribe to the channel. I actually forgot to set a like goal today, so do drop a like on it. I would appreciate that, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.